The Belfast Steam Navigation Company took ownership of their new ferry Ulster Queen in 1967. She'd been built by Camel Laird, who were based at Birkenhead on the Wirral, and she was used on a regular overnight run between Liverpool and Belfast. In 1971, P&O bought out the company and continued to operate her, but those were the years of the Troubles in Northern Ireland. And in 1974 there was a bomb aboard shortly after she docked in Belfast. In the early 1980s she changed names and owners a number of times until she became Poseidonia in 1988, and then again in 2002, before finally becoming Kahfein in 2005. She was intended by her new owners to operate a regular service between Safaga in Egypt and Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, and was heading south down the Red Sea to start her new service life when, on the 1st of November, an explosion on board followed by a fire led to the evacuation of the crew, and she continued heading south out of control until eventually, on the 3rd of November, she ran aground on Sha'ab Sheer. Weakened by the fire, she turned over and began to sink, crushing her upper works on the reef as she settled. Kahfein sits on the exposed northern face of Sha'ab Sheer. She's not regularly dived, but if you do dive her, your dive boat will probably moor in the lee of the reef. And that means to get onto the face of the reef, you'll need to take a Zodiac ride. And be dropped in somewhere along the length of the wreck. Her bow sits upright in 18 metres of water, the port anchor clearly visible. When she first went down, it was possible to read the name Poseidonia, and as time went on, Ulster Queen. But now the bow is bare, so head backwards along the wreck and underneath the rail where it's raised above the seabed. There's plenty of room at first, it gets a little bit tight, but once you're inside, you're into large open spaces with obvious exits. On the top of one, there are these life preservers. To get out, either swim out the way that you came, or you should be able to go straight across the wreck and out between the reef and the wreck. Turn left, heading towards the stern, and you'll come across breaks in the wreck itself. A little bit more penetration here. Again, big open spaces. You can find crew bunk beds. There's a crew wash, shower and toilet room, and you can get further inside, but it does get silty and it's tight and it's dark. This is serious wreck penetration, even though it's not very deep. You come out the same place you went in, head up and over the hull. Swim aft, and again you will find a number of places where you can swim inside. There's not a great deal to be seen in here, but you can swim through and out. Keep swimming aft, along the side of the wreck. There's very little marine growth on her, but there is a little bit. When you get to the stern, you'll find that the stern door is propped slightly open, and you can swim into what was the car deck. It might be better to turn your torch off and enjoy the atmosphere provided by the torches of other divers. You'll need to find your way out the same way that you went in, but then swim up to the top of the upturned hull where you'll find the rudders and the propeller shafts. And you can then cross over to the reef to start the swim back to your dive boat. It's a lovely healthy reef, and on the tip is a hard coral playground that's particularly impressive. You'll need to be at around 3 to 5 metres to go the short way back to your dive boat. Don't worry too much though, just keep the reef right. It is a long way, it's a good 30-minute swim back, but at any point if you've had enough, you can pop up your DSMB and the Zodiacs will come and collect you.